¿Necesitas merch oficial de tus bandas favoritas? Entonces entra a House of Gods. Con cada compra que hagas en este sitio apoyás directo a las bandas y aportás para mejorar la calidad de vida de muchos animales sin hogar de América Latina, debido a sus donaciones periódicas a diferentes organizaciones de rescate y esterilización animal. House of Gods, envíos a toda Latinoamérica. Escuchá Anticolor en Spotify, iTunes y YouTube. Próximamente publican su segundo álbum Reanimation, solo en sus plataformas y en Over Music. Hi Attila, today we are here to talk about various things related to your career and your another projects and the career of MAYHEM, including his past and his most recent album Diamond.
Yes.
So,
Hi bro. Walking around my camera still. Hey, hi guys. Nice to be here. It's great to talking to you. Ave and Hiles Argentina.
So, to start, my first question is, how did you get into and interested in the world of music and specifically metal?
When I was very young, my cousin or brother-in-law was older. He lived in the countryside and I lived in the capital, Budapest. And he told me, he was older than me, hey, Attila, if you can get some heavy music, like, I don't know, Kiss, AC/DC, stuff like that, Judas Priest, just record me some stuff, So when I got home, I recorded a tape. I think it was AC/DC also. I had this Kiss song and I hooked up on that, and then Judas Priest kicked my balls and Iron Maiden. This was the two first metal bands. I don't know which was first. They came in the same time, both Judas Priest and Maiden, Number of the Beast, when it came out, I don't know what it was, 82, 3. And I think British Steel was Judas Priest, first record I heard. And then the first LP I ever bought was also Judas Priest record, which was a big deal because Hungary was piss poor, We were in another system and most of these albums were smuggled, and it's really expensive. But yeah, I think Maiden and Priest, those are the two. And AC/DC in a way, I must add. But Judas Priest and Maiden, man, they never, evergreen fucking thing, they are my heroes.
Okay, so how was and how long was the writing and recording process for Diamond?
We recorded it in several studios. We started to work on the demos, the bunch of songs, sorted out the shit, and I think the guitars were recorded in Oslo, the drums were in Sweden, also the vocals were recorded in Sweden. So it's like today, we don't do it anymore, or it's not necessary that the whole band moves to a studio like back in the days, like in the mysterious times. Now it's like you can work in separate studios, sending files and use different people for recording and the producer, who's going to mix it and all the shit. So yeah, I think it took like quite some time, but not so long, like a year to make the whole record. All in all, a year of work. We were kind of on fire. So yeah, it was relatively quick.
What does the cover and title of Diamond represent?
A diamond represents the demon, the dark side of the human nature, the human aspect, also these higher or lower, as you wish, realms and other dimensional entities and forces and intelligent energies, so to say, which are affecting our lives. And in the same time, it's just demon, like as it means in the classical meaning. And we try to go back a little bit to the roots, bit back to the black metal origin, and that's why we choose this. I think it's kind of like a beautiful word, and it represents a lot of things, like I said. So I think it fits well to the record, for a MAYHEM record. Pretty straightforward and simple title. I like it.
Okay, perfect. How well and in how long was the video for the song Falsified and Hated made?
That was like the guys, they shooted the video first, or big part of it, and then they asked me if I could add, the vocals and the demon face. So actually that part was recorded by my son, who is also a photographer and is a movie director. Actually, he's doing his master degree now. So he filmed it at my place, and I wore my mask and made some, makeups. So it's pretty much all self-made, I would say. I think it's a simple video, but it's kind of effective. I liked how it turned out eventually. I was very skeptic, I hate videos, all this shit, basically. But sometimes it's cool.
Okay, what are Diamond's lyrics about, and what is the philosophy of your lyrical art?
In Diamond, I wanted to unite the band, and I wanted everybody fucking involved this time, because on the last two records I came to the point that even my bandmates didn't understand what the fuck I was talking about, you know. So that started to be a little bit abstract, I must admit. However, I'm very proud, especially of Ordo.ko, but also Esoteric Warfare. My babies, fucking love those babies. But I was also into the idea to do something else, and I always like to do something new, something different. So this time, I came with the idea to ask each member to come up with lyrics, ideas, and lines, you know, and some people, actually more than made even a lyric I even didn't have to touch. It was perfect, you know. Others, like Necro, or I don't know, came up with a couple of lines, you know, and I just made it happen. So basically I just added I also wrote one lyrics or two, I don't know, I can't remember now. But it's like I just wanted us and Demon to manifest from all of us. It should not be just me and the composer. This time I wanted the whole band involved, pretty much like in the mysterious times, you know. Like back then, everybody was involved in more aspects of the music, while later it became like that, like at Ordo or even at Esoteric Warfare. It basically was Rune, you know, Blasphemer, or Morten, like Telok. We worked together, you know, and the others, they just came with us, you know, like we were leading the lines and they were just doing their shit. And this time I just wanted different, like everybody's involved, everybody's putting his fucking soul, the dark soul in it, you know, and be involved even in the lyrics. So these lyrics are made by like that, you know, and it's all about their ideas and how I shaped them to my taste a little bit, you know, and I made the arrangement of the vocals, of course, and all the stuff. So this time it was like that. We were involved in every aspect, and maybe next time I will write some riffs. No, I don't know. Maybe. I would like to. I started to play some guitar, actually. It's fucking cool. I bought a few guitars, and in this shitty fucking COVID times, I was just playing guitar, especially in the winter, just sitting at home, and I didn't want to think about anything, so I just played like all the day. Guitars. Made this fucking cool Slayer covers and shit at the end. At my studio. Normally I only record vocals, you know, I never fucking plug my guitar. And no, I did, and it was funny, you know. And I played guitar when I was 15, you know, but I was left-handed, so I gave up soon. And it was fun to go back there a bit. Also made a few kind of songs and shit. Made like a ministry type of song about COVID, but it's in Hungarian. I was pissed off and like, I hope all the fucking world dies finally now, this shit. Stuff like that.
Going back a bit to the time of which there is mortality in the career of the band, I would like to ask you, how was your relationship with Euronymous? Did you have a friendship relationship with him, or should he contacted you to work on the Mysterium Satanas and nothing more?
First, he contacted me about that he invited me to sing in Mayhem. Also, he wanted to release Tormentor, you know, my first band.
Yeah.
And we had Anno Domini, our debut album, which was never released. So he really wanted to do that as well. I don't know how the fuck he found me, you know. He had this great network, and via some common friends, finally found me in Hungary. However, I was kind of like disappeared. Even I stopped Tormentor by then, you know. It's a little bit out of the metal scene. I did this skinny puppy type of dark, fucked up electronic music. I wanted to do something else, you know. It looked like for me, extreme metal was dead in Hungary, you know, and we were fucking, our album was not released. We were young. We didn't know what the fuck to do. So we just gave up. It was stupid, though. And there was a fucking military service of some guys. So it was ruined. Anyway, he wrote me a very fucking nice letter, like kind of like talking like a gentleman. You know, I really appreciate it. A little bit noble, sophisticated style, you know, how you talk. So I like that. And we talked by phone and shared some music. I sent him some tapes, of course, photos, stuff like that. He sent me, you know, like a Death Crush record and Dark Throne and Burzum records and shit. And I think we've been in contact for maybe 1 or 2 years. I think he contacted me, as I understood, not long after actually that committed suicide, but I didn't understand that time. of course, he told me about it. And I think I was one of the favorite vocalists of both him and Dad. That's why he invited me at first place to join the band. And I was just thinking about Euronymous, actually, Øystein, who is, I consider he's my brother. And I can't say anything bad about him, actually. He was always super cool, very nice, friendly, and like a gentleman to me. Like, totally cool. And, you know, I was thinking about just yesterday because I have this beautiful new speaker system. I love stereos, you know, and hi-fi and good sound. That's my hobby. And I just was lucky to find some high-end speakers from 81, which is like one of the best period of hi-fi, actually. Anyway, I was just listening music, and I put on some Tangerine Dream records, which I like to relax, or I just discovered it again. And, you know, just came to my mind, Øystein, Euronymous, that he had this huge fucking Tangerine Dream collection. I don't know if you know, this band is like 70s, 80s. I recommend the 70s, 80s record, but especially the old ones, like this totally fucking cool, little bit dark space music, you know, synth music. And he had all this collection. Even he had all the side projects of the members of the band, you know. So beside, he had a very nice metal collection. He had this huge Tangerine Dream. I was like, man, that's great. You like electronic music. And actually, we use a Moog synth on the Mysterious Dome Satanas. Like, I think it's in Funeral Fog, when it's the end of the song, like this. You hear this sound like. That's a Moog synth. And I don't know where else he used it. Maybe it's somewhere else too, you know. And that Moog is the old legendary analog synth, for instance, like Tangerine Dream used. So I like that he was also open-minded. Same with Varg, actually. He already liked electronic music too. And I just discovered that John Notwick, you know, from Dissection, rest in peace, he also made this electronic music, you know, beside Dissection in the very beginning. I don't know if you guys heard about it. So I like that there was this, that shows, you know, how somehow we have similarities, you know, like parallelities in the astral dimensions, even like these music connections you would never think. Or when I met with Maniac, you know, and we started to talk, and turns out he was a big Karen 93 fan, just like me, and we were like, no fucking way, you know. So it's amazing how because of course everybody likes metal, that's one thing, you know, or extreme metal. We all love Slayer, you know, and whatever, you know, most of the bands we all love the same. But it's cool when you discover, you know, each other, like what else, you know, what's the other thing, you know, or what's the other thing is common apart from metal. Yeah, that was fucking cool with both Euronymous, Varg, or all these guys, you know, everybody basically, you know, we play music too. Like, for instance, you know, I played in Keep of Coalescing and Arndt. We listened like Astral Projections, which was that time, was like this kind of dark Goa techno, kind of fucked up. About there was a song about the Dune movie, you know, and we were like, yeah, this is fucking cool. So if you listen, the Reclaim record, which is a fucking cool EP we made with Arndt and Frost from Satyricon, it's Keep of Coalescing Reclaim record. It was the best. That was a fucking cool lineup. I love playing with Frost, you know, he's a great drummer. He's fucking nice artist, crazy cool artist. And of course, Arndt, you know, Obsidian C is a fucking amazing guitar player. Such a good kicking the ass that EP was. And if you listen the intro, it's inspired by the Do, and I believe a little bit of Astral Projection, at least the idea, this electronic space tune, you know, and Arndt made this fucking cool guitar stuff. If you listen to the EP, I love that space touch on it. So I'm just saying, music is, for me, it's everything, but also like you, I guess everybody is not, you're not listening only extreme metal, but that's the driving force. That's what keeps us together. But I fucking like the other artists and people's other ideas, what their darkened mind is interested in or comes up with,
Okay.
What about you? What kind of music you listen?
I like very much the trap, the rap trap, and the electronic,
like this evil rap. I know the trap. Yeah,
and the punk.
Yeah, right on. Cool. Exactly.
The Offspring is my favorite band of punk, and Dead Kennedys also like it. It's a great band.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
So the next question is, during the Mysteries recording process, what was it like working with Varg, Euronymous, Hellhammer, and what was your first impression of them?
My first impression was that they were fucking cool and professional musicians, finally. Like it was a good feeling to, join a band who has like good amplifiers, like for me, it was the first time it was like a good Marshall set. We could never afford that in Hungary with Tormentor. We tried to be as professional as we could. It was good to, from this fucking shit communist country to go to an advanced country like Norway and play with these crazy dudes there. And, they were just fucking cool. Everybody. That's what I can say. We became soon friends and it just clicked. And we just had maybe 2 or 3 rehearsals and then we went to the studio. That was it for me, But of course I prepared myself. I had the songs, I had some lyrics. I had to make some arrangements, because Dad didn't sing everything yet. And also I wanted to make a little bit different because I thought that what he would expect from me, not to fucking copy him, but bring my personality into it. And my channel, my art, my darkness,
Yes.
And also when we were in the studio, I tried like, I could scream the whole album like this traditional black metal way, a little bit like Tormentor, maybe a bit more different, but still. Or I could do this dark, very deep voice, but a little bit more melodic and melancholic because I think this whole record was still dedicated to that, and it was kind of sad, he committed suicide. It was already fucking dark, man. Church were burned, everything was fucked up. So it just came naturally. And when I show the guys, we at the rehearsals and we try different things also at the studio, they're like all fucking like horns up, like, yeah, that's the fucking way to go. So at the end, like, we ended up like we had very short time, right? I had 1 full day and 2 half days, something like that for the whole vocal session. So I really had to put my finger out of my ass, so to say, or, focus and shit, which I like. And so in the studio, I asked, curtains, candles, pitch black. I covered all the windows, even the studio windows, so no one could fucking see me. They could just hear my voice, and I could do whatever I wanted. And actually, I can tell you, I had a hand mic for most of the recording, and I was like fucking moving around and just going into fucking trance, and just trying to give up all myself, all my ego, and just let that thing come, That's the way how you can focus the most, I think. Basically, you just have to focus about closing up your human fucking wrong, fake human ego and just put, open yourself and just let it happen, be us through. And of course, in the same time, you have to control and, focus on the lyrics and the music, but it's a state of mind like that. And, yeah, they all love it. So when we arrived to Buried by Time and Dust, we were like, fuck, maybe I should do a bit more aggressive vocals. I mean, we can't go on forever. Like, so you can see it's a little bit more, with a bit more scream there, and shit. When I heard the music, when I heard Death Crush, I was like, whatever. I was still interested. It's cool, but it sounded like a little bit punk, like easy. Compared to if you listen to Anno Domini, it's the same year as Death Crush, and well, you can compare those riffs. I don't want to go into musical details, but that was like super challenging music. So that crush stuff was like easy for me. Okay. But when I heard the Mysterious, that was a whole new story. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. This is something else, guys. This is, I never heard something like this before. And then I got really fucking interested because that riffs, those riffing I never heard before. Euronymous came up with this beautiful idea of these arpeggios, you know, but he's speaking very quick, very fast arpeggios, and all these weird ideas, you know, and like, if you listen, I never heard music before like that. Like it's super fast and it has this slow motion, like a pendulum in the same time. So riffs are really fast and really slow in the same time. And also it's really aggressive, but also there's a lot of melodies coming up somehow from this chaos, you know, which is actually not chaos at all. And it was for me, when I heard the drumming of the Hellhammer, I was just fucking blown away. So I was like, okay, this, like before that it was Slayer was fast for me, but it sounded like he could even double the fucking hit on the snares compared to Lombardo. So I was like, what the fuck are these guys, you know? Looking forward to see it for the first rehearsal. I remember I was going smiling that now I want to see what the fucking cosmetics you guys did, because I want to hear how you play this shit. And, you know, I was like, okay, I was fucking blown away because actually they just did it. So I was like, all right, that's the next level. That I like. I like this shit. I like when its music is strong and advanced and fucking futuristic in a way and well played, you know, and it's the same time it's spaced out, you know, it's fucked up, it's spiritual, it's dark, and it's beautiful. So I was like, yes. So this was my main thing, music, about the whole shit. And when I came to Norway, I saw this like hundreds of magazines and all about church burning and all this fucking chaos. I thought that was just spice on the cake, you know. That was nice, the foam on the cake. I loved it, I must admit. I support the idea. I never took part of. I think you don't need these physical acts because I believe in the power of the music, because that's which no one can really stop, I hope. And I think music is also fantastic because even if you don't understand my language, I'm Hungarian, you know. I never understood one fucking lyrics when I was a kid. I still got the whole fucking message, I can tell. So music is magic. Magic, it's universal. It's a universal language. And I think that's very powerful. I'm not saying it's a weapon because it's not. It's an astral force. It's another dimension. And it goes through your body, every cell, the sound, and you hear, and your mind, and it's a whole experience, you know. When you watch a movie, it's only your eyes, and you watch a movie one or twice. But when you listen to music, you can listen it hundreds of times. It's always fucking new, and you fall into trance, and you can close your eyes, and your whole body is just fucking away, you know. At least in my case, but I guess you feel, guys, the same when you listen your favorite song and you are on fire. You know, that fucking almost like an electric shock you have, you know. And also a lot of philosophy we spread with the music. And I'm very proud because I didn't know, man. I was like, just like a kid, you know, I just followed my instinct. I didn't know that to be Satanist and to do this shit and like be singing about evil and like challenging church and religion. You know, I mean, no one educated us. I just follow my instinct. I was thinking like maybe it's very wrong. Maybe I go to hell or what the fuck or whatever, you know. But now I know I'm 50 that we were fucking right because these religions suck fucking ass. All of them. All their fucking God. All this shit is fake. They go out in fucking wars. Still today, 2021, people don't fucking understand that this is just a fucking fairy tale. This male God, come on, male God. Also, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, then it's a mother and the son and the fucking stupid Holy Spirit, which doesn't exist. Anyway, this whole fucking thing is a controversial bullshit to fuck human mind and to lock you away from the spiritual dimensions, which are our capacity. You know, we are capable. We could do it. We should be enlightened, so to say. But these fucking idiots, they just want us, these crazy people, just want us to be slaves, you know. I will find out why. I don't know yet why. Maybe there is a reason. Maybe human is that bad that we need to be slaves, or maybe they are just that evil. I mean, if it turns out that all this shit, like the Cold War, the Second War, First War, then 9/11 and the ISIS, and now this COVID fucking virus, it's all fake, all manipulation. But you know what? I don't want to talk about this. Let's keep talking about music. I'm just a musician who smokes weed. Don't listen my ideas.
Okay. What is the Mayhem song you enjoy singing the most?
I love them all, but I like the fucked up ones like Esoteric or Ordo. We don't play those songs these days because we are more in the old school vibe. But, you know, I like songs like Great Work of Ages, but we almost never play. Maybe that's why I would like to play those. Because, you know, okay, it's fucking cool to play Freezing Moon, The Mysterious. It's always great. And also the old ones. Like, you know, I was not complaining, but like kind of criticizing, you know, Death Crush. You know, it's so fucking fun and cool to play those songs live every fucking time, you know. We play Death Crush and Carnage and always people go crazy. I go crazy, you know. Everybody goes crazy. It's fucking cool. But I like to play with songs which are not nice, which are challenging to listen. But that's just me, you know. I don't like to entertain. I like to fuck up more. But I respect you guys so much, and I mean, I'm a fan of music too, and I know how it is. If I go to a Maiden show and they only play new songs, I get a bit pissed off, you know, or not pissed off. I respect, but I understand that you guys need to hear Freezing Moon like a fucking anthem, and you know, you need to hear Death Crush, and I'm cool with that, and I love to play those songs too, and I love all the Mayhem songs because. Yeah, they all about the same stuff, you know. I don't have to change mindset really, you know. It's all so different music. Every record is what I love about Mayhem, that we are a fucked up band. If you listen to the records, it's always a long time. We don't have too many albums, but it's always something else. It's a new shit, you know. It's a new idea. It's not like we just copy, just do another album like that. Fuck it. It was all right, you know. People will like it. They like this, no, they will like that too, you know. Fuck. No, we change, you know. And now they like it. Next time maybe everybody will hate. I'm fine. I'm okay with that. I like if people hate me. I think it would be very bad if everybody, in this fucking world, everybody would love me. I would fucking hate myself. I like to be hated, and I don't need to serve anyone's taste. But at the same time, I fucking love the vibe, and I think we are like a brotherhood in extreme metal, you know, and in wider perspective in dark music, because it exists because of the lies, and we are fucking pissed off, and we feel that this is so fucking wrong, and we just keep challenging, and it gives us a beautiful energy, because the nature reacts like, yes, you are right. That's why you feel good when you listen, you know, Hello Waits from Slayer, because they are fucking right. That's my opinion about the music. And in this way, I love Slayer, I love Venom, Destruction, Sodom, everybody, the guys, you know, Exodus. I don't know how many, fucking Morbid Angel, not on that. I could count, you know, all the black metal, everything. Because we, in a wider spectrum, we are all about the same shit. We are brotherhood, you know, and maybe if there will be the Mad Max world, you know, it will be good. It's going to be a good army, man. Or if not going to be a Mad Max world, then the world must change. Otherwise, we're going to end up in a fucking Mad Max world. So either way, I don't give a fuck. I'm just looking forward to play again music. And now this is my first summer at home for many years. So I spend time with my friends, my family. I declare the endless parties. So I go out every night and just hanging, you know, enjoying home. But in the same time, man, why people are so worried about the fucking football matches and shit, like in Europe, this European stupid championship. They were so enthusiastic about it when they don't see that this is a fucking new world order coming up on your fucking face. I'm fine with that. I'm cool. But that's gonna be deep and evil shit if you don't wake up. But it's fine. Yeah. Just go and fight for your fucking football team. Congrats. And yeah, be like a fucking strutz, you know, the bird with the head in the fucking sand. Fine with me, and then you deserve that you're gonna be locked in this fucking cave. That's my message. Not for
Okay.
you guys fucking rule. And I love you, Gon. Not just Argentina, but you know, for us, whole South America is amazing. Your support there, I don't know, it's the whole fucking vibe. It's just amazing. For me, that's heaven in hell, right?
Thank you,
So,
Attila.
all right.
So, the next question is, what is it like to work with Century Media Records?
You know, they okay. They do their job. It's fine. I don't know what the fuck they are though. You know, that I bit miss that, you know, we used to work with Season of Mist, and that was an independent label, and I could call the boss even 1 o'clock in the morning if I wanted, and I could ask my question, and he would call me back, if not pick up, as soon as possible, you know, and that's something I like, that workflow. But with Century Media, it's cool that they are from Germany, and I think it was a good step also to a little bit, you know, because Season of Mist is great, but they have their channels to the fans, our fans, but maybe Century Media have a little bit different channels, so our fans will find us anyway, but maybe we can reach other people. And also in Germany, we were in Europe relatively not so strong, and maybe this helped a lot that we signed with a German label, because now I just heard actually, which is a fucking miracle, I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about, but this EP, you know, what we just made like a Frankenstein shit because we didn't know what to do. But now it hits like some charts in Germany. I don't know, man. It sounds fucking bizarre, but something wrong. But at least it seems like we kind of, you know, get back on shape in Germany. That I already felt it on the last European tour, you know, like Berlin, we normally had like 500-600. Now it was like 1,500 or, you know, 1,600 sold out, which is in our size is a good crowd. I mean, man, we don't have any pop songs, man. I refuse anything which is too sweet. So I'm the worst I always want everything just wrong and worse. So we always fight that it has to be somehow listenable. So I hate pop, and I want to stay underground forever. And in the same time, it's good to see when more people is coming, because it's not like we change for them. No, the world changed for us. I like that much better, you know. And more and more people realize that, yeah, maybe these guys were not so wrong, or they could be right. And also I see Radiance Festival in Norway, and I see tons of young people, like, you know, from 15, like 18, 20s, you know, kids, 16. You know, I'm thinking like when I was 15, you know, Mayhem would be like fucking what? Like Black Sabbath, but or Deep Purple or something. And I must admit, I love those bands. I was not so crazy anymore. I mean, you know, I born in 71, and I think the first Black Sabbath came in 70, you know. So for me, it was like really these old dudes with a big mustache, what the fuck, compared to, you know, Slayer or Venom or Distraction. I always say Slayer. I don't know why I love those guys for some reason. Apparently today, I like. I have a Gary Holt signature. Maybe that's why I love that guitar. It's great fucking guitar players too. Anyhow, anyway, I more like what they did. What I like with Slayer, they didn't change their fucking attitude. They also never went pop, you know, radio hit and all this shit. And I hear Kerry King complains, yeah, we are never in the radio. I mean, you fucking idiot. Be happy about it. Hey, Kerry, fucking hell. But anyway, it's cool to see these kids coming to our show, you know. And I just wonder how the fuck they see these old dinosaurs, you know, on the stage. Like these guys in their 50s, you know, still playing like fucking blast beat, you know. And that's cool, you know. And I feel like we are in shape, you know. People say, I mean, I always worried, even like 20 years ago, I felt like, who knows how long we can take this anymore, or 10 years or 15, like, fuck, we're going to get older. And look, Hellhammer is like a fucking monster. Everybody is in good shape. And somehow I feel like we play at least some pretty fucking good, maybe better than ever, actually, because now the two guitar players, Morten and Charles, they fucking click. Took some time. And it was good before with Blasimir, who was amazing, but he was still alone, you know. And when it's two guitar players clicking, that helps, you know, in life. Because our music is also a bit more complex. So sometimes you need, you know, the other guitar to get, you know, the tones. And there is, when it's like dissonance in the music, you need the two guitars, you know, to fucking clear this shit up. Stuff like that. I don't want to go into these details. But anyway, it's great. And I think also Necro is pretty good. He's working out, you know, on his fucking bicycle all the time. Good, you know. I mean, I'm looking forward if we're going to play ever again. I don't know what the next word will be. But I think, man, tell you what I think. There's going to be a new lockdown. The tour's going to be again postponed. And I think they're going to play this fucking shit for us for a couple of years. Every summer open a bit, so avoid that people go in riot. Because now in London, I don't know if you heard about it, hundreds of thousands. It was like close to get a fucking riot. So they needed to open, you know. They don't tell it in the news, but my friend's telling me. And also, I think they will come up with the idea that everybody needs a chip, like they have already in the military. So they will say with the chip, they will be able to, you know, find a position or focus on the, you know, on the nest of the virus or the origin of any virus or epidemic in the future. So I believe that we're going to be a chip generation, or that the world will be chipped very soon. I don't know. That sounds a little bit Orwellish, maybe, but I think that's going to happen unless people stop caring about bullshit and, you know, stand up and fucking stand on their tails. But, you know, human, like slave mind and brainwashed, so people like if they've been told what to do. That's easy, yeah. Someone tells me what to do, I do that, I finish, and then I'm fine. I can go home and sleep and do the next day the same thing. It's easy way to go. Also, you, like in USA, you take a lot of loan, you buy a house and a car and everything, and the rest of your life you can pay the interest and all the shit. In this way, people are always under control, man. Let's see how far this world can go down and how far people can be this fucking ignorance and they still believe in these fairy tales and God. One God. They can't agree. It's fucking stupid. There's no one God. It's not exist. But, hey, let them figure out, okay? We know it. We know it. That's why we listen black metal. We know it. But let them figure out. So, hey, I'm not talking about music again. Maybe you should have another question.
Okay, please tell us about your Saturnus Productions label. I understand that it aims to put on sale all the musical works that you have done throughout your career. How is that work going?
I tell you how it goes. When this COVID came, first I was like, fuck it, I can use this time now, every tour is cancelled. So I can use this time to do this old idea, start my label. You know, I released Tormentor there, but I thought to make more releases, did the Life Eternal, you know, it's like a limited, I thought to start with that. But, you know, what was the problem started, first of all, I got tired of this COVID shit, you know, in by January, and I kind of lost the spin a little bit. But in the same time, you know, you have to fucking do this promotion, post on the Instagram, keep it new, alive. Yeah, it has to go to the people. You know what? Fuck that shit. I can't do it. I can't push my stuff. Imagine, yeah, I say like how cool I am. I fucking don't give it. I don't care, man. I don't give a shit. It's still there. I kind of lost the spin. I'm not a regular label. It's still stuff available, Tormentor stuff, some vinyls. I also did a CBD oil, which was another plan I wanted to make, you know, the medical marijuana oil. And I think it's really good for you. CBD is, of course, the pharmacy lobby. They try to stop it, but it's a fucking natural and healthy shit, and you don't get high from it. That's the whole point. That CBD doesn't have the THC of the weed, which from you get high. No, it's just, that's no THC. That's the most important part of the CBD. That's no THC, but it has all the rest of that magical plant. It helps your blood fucking circulation, your blood pressure, your heart, your fucking cancer if you have. If not, then you can maybe, you know, prevent a bit. And it's good for sleep. It's good for good against stress. It's good for a lot of things. So I thought, why not? I made my life eternal CBD too, because I like to fuck the pharmacy lobby. I mine cryptocurrencies. I mine Bitcoin, not exactly Bitcoin, but just to make you understand. You know why? Because I like to fuck the banks. I like to fuck the money system. That's why I do it. And I still have my servers who are mining fucking coins, because I believe that money should be in people's control and it should be your private property, not instead of like we living in a world, by the way, when some people printing money, so-called dollar or whatever you call it, and the rest of the world, what is doing? They are working for it, right? Beautiful. I like it. And in the same time, the money you make, you try to save. Like I save $1,000 now, and I say it's gonna be great if in 20 years, when I'm gonna be an old fucking shit in a wheelchair, I will take that $1,000. You know what? In 20 years, $1,000 will worth nothing. Just look at the movies like Columbo pays $1.50 for a vodka soda, which is my favorite drink, by the way, in fucking end of 70s. Now it's like $9-10. So that's the inflation. So that same fucking dollar worth like 10. You need 10 times more to buy that fucking vodka now. You know what I mean? So some people print the money, other people work for it, but what they got, it's shit because it goes out of date, so to say. It's lose its value. So if you make money, the next thing you have to spend it immediately. Otherwise it will go off shit. And people don't see this game. But I see it. And, you know, in a way, I like to be a good boy. So I'm a Satanist. I'm against organized religion. And I'm pro for spirituality. I'm not materialist at all. I fuck the banks. So some good things I do, you know. And I try to fuck the pharmacy industry, because I see my mother is taking maybe 10, 15 different pills a day. And I love her, and I'm sorry for her, but what she can do, you know, half of the pills are against the side effect of the other half. And she pays like a lot of money for this, you know, every fucking month. It's a nice game too. So all the money you save in your life, you're going to spend on pharmacy when you get old. I love it. I love to see it, you know. It's good to see it. Good to see how it goes down in the fucking drain. So-called life. Awesome.
What is your biggest vocal influence? Because your voice and your technique is really different from many other black metal artists.
Yeah, because I like to experience with my voice. And also, I must admit, I even attended some classical vocal teachers when I was younger, in my 20s, early 20s, actually even before I went with Mayhem, like just after Tormentor, I thought someone recommended it and I was like, fuck, I go. I didn't say what kind of music I was playing, of course. I just told the teacher, I'm just interested in singing. And the first teacher was really cool, called Maria Sandra, an ex-prima donna from Hungarian opera. And she was like, Attila, I don't want to hear your voice before your breathing is not right. And I was like, what the fuck you are talking about? What breathing? But then she explained and I had to understood and learn that vocal starts with breathing. And I was interested in the opera techniques because back in the days, in the opera, they sing like very loud. Even if it's a quiet part, like, oh, it's always, like very, very loud. Why? Because they need that, because there was no fucking microphones, right? There was no fucking amplifier before. There was only the band and they had to fucking shout in the opera so everyone could hear it. So that's required this very special techniques. So you can sing very loud and clean, and that's why operas sound so strange. You never hear opera like, oh, like this very close. It's always, like very, going far. So it's a different technique, and I like to learn that, and it was about the breathing. I was there maybe for half a year, and when I learned that, I started to immediately use my techniques, so use this type of breathing and use the screams and, the growls and all the fucked up voices we are making. And I started to experience with that. And also vocalists inspired me, like Diamanda Galas, for instance, who is really fantastic vocalist woman who is using her voice in a really experimental and extreme ways, and or arrangements of like Niva Kogre from Skinny Puppies. Also, this all inspired me, and what I learned and all this shit what I had in my techniques and in my soul and in my channel, in myself, and this is how I started to experience and back and forth with like alien voices or stuff like that, or Mongolian, or I'm just, try to play with it, my way. Just, I like it. It's basically to entertain myself. And in the different bands, like I used to play with Sun, but I could experience all this crazy shit on the stage there with their shows, because that was super loud. It was very, very difficult condition for sing, when it's like 175 decibel sound pressure on stage. So that's basically like a jet engine. So try to sing in a jet engine. It really requires you to focus your voice, all your techniques, and also like vocals is not only about the strength and the force, it's like using it the right way. It's like when you are running, if you run for 1,000 meters, you can't run full on because then you die the first 100, right? So you have to learn how to control something like that. I recommend to vocalists to check. But today, like you guys have the fucking internet, you have people there who will explain, people give you online fucking lessons. Some people ask me if I should do it, but you know what? I'm too lazy for that now, maybe in the future. But there are other vocalists, a lot of people, and is a lot of YouTube channels free, and maybe they are not 100% the correct techniques for you, but you have to start an experience, because don't forget, every fucking human is unique. You are fucking unique, very unique. It's only one of you. It's no one else is like you. You are, well, God, I don't want to say that, but because that word doesn't exist, but you are unique. And your body, your shape of your mouth, the holes in your head, the fucking shape of your body, everything is different. So you have to use the basics. You learn the basics of the techniques, like of vocals, and then you shape the techniques to your body, to your art, and your vision, your ideas, right? That's, by the way, guys, I don't want to disappoint you, but my philosophy about life still is learning. We have to learn, unfortunately, probably, most likely, forever, to understand this shit. You know, if you want to understand, you can never stop learning. Not in the fucking school, because that's anti-learning, that's brainwashing. Learning is learning what your interest, your research, your experience, your life, your body, your health, your mind, your fucked up mind, your traumas, your inner self, your traumas from your fucking childhood, your fucking brainwash, what you got, because we all got kind of the same brainwash in a different mask in the different countries. The same shit we got from our parents because they got brainwashed too. All these fucking things you have to one day clear up in yourself and in your mind to be able to understand what the fuck is going on finally. So that means learning and working on yourself, basically. And you will realize the better you are, actually the nature around you, if you are on the right way, is going to respond, you know. At least not the whole world's going to be better, but the world which surrounds you might get better, you know. And you start to experience that there is a fucking intelligence, energy, which is pure. In a way, it's pure love, but you know, that doesn't exist when the world is like this today, when people are so fucking ignorant, you know. So anyway, you're going to find out yourself, but don't stop the research and learning for yourself.
What is your opinion about the black metal scene today and the bands on symphonic black metal and depressive black metal?
I don't listen much. Only my friends or someone recommends me something. But I see so many bands on the tours and on the festivals, so I'm kind of aware. But I don't follow like very much the scene. I don't follow the new bands, and I don't follow. I tell you why, because also my main thing is black metal, you know. And if I would listen too much, that might affect me, you know, unnecessary. So I like to keep myself also a bit apart and unique, and Mayhem should be, it's not only black metal, I think Mayhem, it is black metal, but it's even maybe something else as well. I don't fucking know, man. But like now we did this punk shit. What I think about it, it's great. Black metal today is from, like you said, the garage demos, dark, fucked up stuff, to the symphonic and whatever, industrial or jazz or any fucking thing you can imagine is being all, I think, incorporated, or people tried, or with more or less success, you know. I don't like to categorize, you know, even if I don't agree with some of these bands. And of course, there's a lot of silly bands, there's a lot of posers, a lot of kids maybe just try, but they are not so original. And then what? I don't give a fuck. It's good that they still try. I inspire everybody to try. I don't care. If you are fake, you're going to fail anyway. And if you are not fake, then you not give a fuck about if people like your music or not. You just do your shit, right? So I think you should do it and just don't care what anyone thinks about it, because you do it first of all for yourself. And as long as it's like this, it's good. And, you know, back in the days, I mean, we were considered to be terrorists. Yeah?
Mm.
Church burned, people died, kind of. However, we didn't want to kill anyone. We just wanted to make a statement that enough is enough. But that's the past, and you don't have to do that. And the music is much stronger than all these actions. I think that these actions are the result of the music, not the other way around. And that's cool. Like then, you know, there was nothing, like no tours, no shows. It was almost forbidden, especially in Norway, or, you know. Now it's huge festivals. Look at Hellfest, man. I remember we played at Fury Fest. I played at, it was called still Fury Fest. Played there with Sun. Now it became Hellfest, and it was an extreme metal festival. Still it is. But look at the lineup today. Or then, not today, because who knows. But let's suppose that there is going to be a new world. Let's suppose that there's going to be a Hellfest. If it's going to happen, that's going to be an amazing lineup. Just look at it, man. Everybody there. 1 week of fucking storm. Even like industrial bands invited now. I was surprised to see like Skinny Puppy, 9 Inch Nails, Ministry on the bill. This is a punk wing, you know, in Hellfest now. There is mainstream metal. And the rest is just fucking extreme metal. Amazing. It's called Hellfest. Beauty fucking thing. And these guys, like Ben is the organizer. I know him. He's a cool dude. He's like you or me, you know. He's like us. He started like, fuck, I do an extreme metal festival. Okay. He was there the right time in the right place. He got probably lucky too. But he worked his ass off, I can tell. He's a cool guy. You know, he cares. Like, I remember one of the Hellfest looked like Mad Max, you know, like these burrows, you know, with fucking flames. There was a helicopter, you know, like if it would like fucking had a mayday, you know, like fell off from the sky, you know. These old American wreckage cars, you can just jump on the roof, you know, on the top of the cars or do what the fuck you want, smoke a weed, you know, on the top of this wreckage American cars, like Mad Max. That's fucking nice, you know. And these things, you know, what can I say? I love these things. I would be stupid to say that this is too commercial. No, this is good. I like it. However, I don't like people. I still don't like human. So I don't hang much on the festivals, but festivals like Hellfest, even I could hang a couple of days. My son is just telling me, Dad, fucking, we'd have to fucking kill that shit. Once he was there and now he wants to come back because of what he loves. Now he loves metal too, you know. I didn't have to tell him. He became like 21 or something. He told me, fuck, then I discovered metal. I was like, congrats. You know. So he just got married. I love my family. Amazing. It was so fucking hard, man, too. I was 24. When my son born, you know, just after Mayhem, the mysterious, my ex got pregnant and to build a house, you know, it was very dark, heavy, hard times. People don't know, like, what you should understand, like artists. Now I got it that I'm not alone. You wouldn't believe how much we suffer because we are very sensitive people too, I guess. So I didn't meet anyone who didn't suffer. Or maybe there are a few guys who managed, but fuck, man. It's insane sometimes to deal with your own fucking thoughts and mind and life itself because it's not easy to survive from music. I'm fucking lucky because Mayhem became like what it is. I think I would say it's like what you get in a middle job. I don't have, you know, like Ferrari. I don't have swimming pool. I don't have, actually, I rent my flat still from the state, but I live in this beautiful area of Budapest. Look at this, man. It's the castle. It's like where tourists go, you know. So look at, this is my baby hill, yeah. It's a fucking 1200 racing Harley. It's not this fucking chopper. It's the one you fucking get the adrenaline, the real shit, you know. Very 60s style. These things I learned to love and not to fucking go for more like these fucking idiots out there. Guys, once you make it, learn to fucking enjoy it. Learn to fucking be happy about one fucking joint. Be happy about, you know, a ride on your bike. Be happy about, you know, to have a smile from your kids or this. I don't fucking know what means you anything, but I think it's a wise thing to do if you learn how to be happy about small pleasures, like listening a cool fucking black metal record, you know, on a good stereo, stuff like that, you know. But you can do it an everyday, you know. You instead of trying to save your money for a big deal or work like a slave your whole fucking life, you know, for like the big fucking shit. It's not exist, man. You know when it's enough when you say it's enough.
How did this new reunion of Tormentor come about? The band have a new album in mind?
Yeah, we do. And, you know, we've been talking about this for so long time, but the guitarist was out first and he was like, I don't know if I can do it, man. I mean, it's so much work to get back in shape because he's a fucking perfectionist, you know. So he said, I have to sit down and fucking work like 4 hours at least a day for a long time to get back fucking shape. So I was like, whatever, man. If you guys feel it, we can try, but I don't want to push it. I know how it is. Everybody has their regular life, regular jobs. You know, it's not easy. You really have to push a lot of time and effort and energy for what? For something you are not sure, at least in there. I knew it would be gonna be great, but also I didn't want to do a show when we can't play the music right, you know? So it took some time, and one day Attila Szigeti calls me. I made up my mind. That's it. Now we do it. I was like, okay. So we met, we talked a bit, and like in 2-3 months, and we played a little bit in a rehearsal, like a few easier songs and shit. And maybe in 3 months we met, and he just fucking nailed it. I couldn't fucking believe it. He played like better than before. I was like, dude, what the fuck? And then we made a show, and that was a huge success in 2018. And then that was a good kick. So the guys felt it, how is it, to be on stage, that nothing really changed. 30 years passed, but we are still the same. Nothing changes. That's what I'm saying, because this is spiritual music, man. It's out of time and space. It's not like fucking shitty daily stuff, you know, which was maybe interesting 30 years ago, but it's out of day to day. No, spirituality and occultism and all this type of things, you know, what I mean, they don't go out of date, apparently. And of course they don't. It was amazing, the magic. Of course they felt it, and I knew it. And then we started to play. We had a few more festivals booked, and it was just a blast. Everybody, everywhere, they loved us, you know. It was cool to be back. We played all these festivals. Even Hellfest invited us, you know, and we played like big stage. It was cool as fuck. I think I can send you a link. There is a video link of that shit, like a song or something. Maybe it's cool in this video to add this Hellfest Tormentor song. Now we are working on a new album. Even that is going on, which is going to be, I don't want to tell anything about it, but it's going to be, of course, very different, really extreme, really fucking crazy, and something very different again, something very new, very artistic in a way. And yeah, we will see. We are trying to fix at least to write the songs this year. We already have like 3-4 songs actually. It's going interesting. It's getting more and more interesting. I think Attila is losing his mind now, and he's started to go a little bit over the top with his riffs. So we have to cut a little bit here or there the branches maybe. But you know what? In another hand, I just fucking love it. I don't want to hold back anything. Let's see where it's going to end up with. But I definitely like it's going to be unique if we make it. Tormentor is very important for me. And I understood, you know, it's my high school. I was 15 to 19 when I played in Tormentor, man, and we had like hundreds of shows. It was not like Mayhem. Mayhem, they never had a fucking show, or maybe 2-3. The Tormentor, we had shitload. I played basically already in front of 1,000 people, man. When I was 18, there's nothing changed. It's the same shit. The only thing changed, that time I was only in Hungary. Now I'm around the world. And that's a big difference. But it's still underground. It's just still same underground, but in a worldwide.
And the last question, and we finish. How was the experience of recording your debut album, Anno Domini? What memories do you have of that time?
Man, we've been working 1 year, rehearsing at least 3 times a week, maybe more. For 1 fucking year at least. It was a lot of work to put together. We tried to push it to the sky, then went to the studio. I mean, we approached by a state company, hey guys, because everybody hated us in Hungary. You know, we only had bad reviews, holy shit. But so many people came to our shows because the negative propaganda worked, that the state company guy came like, hey, you guys can make a record, here is a deal. We were like, okay, fuck, pick a studio. So we picked a good one, but we could find like, fuck these guys. So actually we were in a good studio, and it was amazing. Like the first demo we recorded in this bunker, you know, on a homemade mixer, a homemade delay, and there was a 4-track tape, that was 7 Days of Doom. And then we went to this Anno Domini good studio where this fucking pop shit was going on. Like the producers didn't understand what the fuck we were doing, but they had these beautiful synthesizers, amazing microphone and like mixer, 24 channel, tape machine. Couldn't fucking believe my eyes when I was there. So, and we could have, I think, 1 or 2 weeks, not like one night like before with the demo. We had, I think, at least a week in that studio or maybe more, week plus mixing or something. It was fucking amazing. We were focusing. I was drinking honey and egg before the vocal. I thought, like raw egg, I thought it's gonna help. This is fucking bullshit, but I was a kid. And yeah, at that time my techniques were not so good, so I was a bit worried if I fuck up my voice, but of course I didn't fuck up. And I was exciting. And then what happens? Finally, they pay the studio, but the guy disappeared. The system changes, history changes, everything changes. And this shit, our beautiful gold diamond record just goes down the drain to the litter. So the only shit we had was my tape. And that tape I recorded in the studio. And also, luckily, we recorded it on a hi-fi video, which just came out then. It's pretty good sound. That tape came out later, but first we had just this cassette. Our fans were like, what the fuck is with the new songs? And we said, we don't know, these fucking idiots disappeared and this company and all this guy got fired, and all this shit. So we were at the end, like, start to copy the tape, and the people start to copy the tapes, and they copy, and the fucking tape arrives to Norway or Mexico. I got letters from, and suddenly, thanks to the underground, which I fucking love and respect forever, these tapes up at Dead and Euronymous, and they hook up on Tormentor, and then you know the story.
Perfect, Attila. These were all the questions I had for you today. I hope you had a good time with us.
Yes.
I would like you to say goodbye and say what you want to the people who are watching us at this moment to conclude the interview.
Guys, thank you for listening this interview and the ideas of my mind. Don't take word by word what I'm saying. I'm just trying to give you directions, the way of thinking, right? And don't follow me ever. Do your own fucking path, your own way. I just like to share the way of thinking. I hope you can do it on your way too, Thanks for listening our music, and thanks for the support, and thanks for being in the brotherhood. And you are on the right side, which is the dark side. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Attila. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.